precog because he's like a multiple
what's
and
it called?
stuff.
Like, you want to ban like future sight precog, like you know what's gonna happen in the future. You want to ban that?
Yeah, we could ban that. That's a precog.
Okay.
Alright, there you go.
All right, fine. We'll
Okay,
ban
guys,
freaking
ready?
precog.
What other types of precog
One
are
slight
there
problem.
then with that one gone?
There's a lot of list. There's a long list.
Feels like you
But
forgot the
one
basics,
slight problem though. It's just a slight problem. Here.
What?
I'm gonna be using Wolverine against nothing tomorrow, and he's the only one here who could record.
Just fucking debate, please.
Help you with that.
Just get
Yeah,
the debate
yeah.
on.
Dude,
Okay, I might be a little
weeks
rusty.
for this. No one cares.
Yeah.
I might be a little,
Just start the
I'm a
fucking
little
debate.
rusty here because I forgot about it for like 2 weeks, but I'm here now.
Listen, bro, you just gotta.
Alright,
We'll
start.
get on with this.
Clip.
Alright.
Alright, let's all
Alright,
mute.
well, do you want to go first?
See ya. Bye bye. Give them the rules.
Bye!
I'll ping you in the place where we're gonna like post scans and stuff.
Can you?
Exam?
Can
Oh,
they
okay.
see the commentary?
No, I can't.
Okay, good.
I look in the commentary.
Slick added in zone 2, and y'all are adding in zone 1.
Well, Zone 2 is never used, so you might as well use it.
Okay.
Alright, so you want to start, or do you want me to start?
I want to start.
Okay, are you like outside or something?
Yes. Okay, I want to start.
You could start. Alright, you could
Okay.
start.
Okay, so I will start by saying that he will use the combination of the instant transmission and the destructo disc to one Wolverine.
Alright, so instant transmission, destructive this. Okay, could you post scans for that?
And then it's because like instant transmission basically instantaneous teleportation, and the destructo disc has let's see, and the destructo disc can pretty much do anything. But let me get the date. Let me get like the screen of him doing the instant transmission.
Alright, yeah, just post scans.
Yeah, I'm posting the scans. I have them all, but like YouTube is being YouTube, so it's taking a while.
Alright.
Ah, crap, I need some beef. Okay. Oh, here we go. Okay, go to 241 on here, and you see him having the instant transmission technique.
And just post that quickly. Alright. What did you say the timestamp was?
The timestamp is 241.
2:14, alright.
It's at 241.
Oh, it's 2:40. Alright, yeah, I'll skip to that.
The upgrade. Okay, this one's in load. Okay.
Alright, you all accept the instant transmission stuff, so I'm just gonna counter that with instinctive reaction, body precog. So like Wolverine, he like doesn't even like have to think to look behind him. His body's just gonna know that you're behind him, and he'll catch you off guard. No, get that. Just give me a second.
Do you want to see like the destructo disc that he can do it? Like, do you want to answer this first? Like, I'm gonna need like two things for this one.
Wait, so like, wait, first let's just go 1 point at a time. So, like, do you accept like my counter to the instant transmission?
I mean, his instant. Let me look at the thing real quick. So basically, your counter to instant transmission is his instinctive reactions.
Yeah, he like tries to teleport behind Wolverine. Wolverine's just already gonna know like he's like behind him and catch him off guard because he doesn't even like have to like think to look behind him. He's just gonna know.
Oh, so basically he has Ultra Instinct.
Well, kind of.
I mean, it literally says here,
like,
which means while I'm doing it, I can think about other stuff. So basically, he can think about other things while his instincts are taking over. So it's basically like auto dodging.
Yeah. Well, yeah, basically. Like, Ultra Instinct is like an example of like what I'm giving, basically. It's not like completely the same, but it's similar. I just that Goku can use it to like a much higher extent. But we equalized that, so but anyway, yeah, but do you like accept my counter to in transmission?
Has he ever used this against someone who can teleport before?
Well, I mean, it doesn't like really have to be because like instinctive reaction is just something that's like natural. So like he's already gonna know that you're like behind him, so it's not really gonna like matter if he like teleports or not. Like he's already saying like, yeah, my body can move faster than my mind could think. So like he's already gonna pretty much know that you're behind him and he's gonna catch you off guard instead.
Oh, okay, this one makes. Okay, that one makes like Okay, I guess it does have instinctive reactions. So now do I like find the counter to this?
Well, you said you wanted to like go over like destruct discs as well, right?
Yeah.
So, like,
yeah.
I'm just saying, you don't like. Do you want to like go over that first?
Yeah, I was gonna go over the destructo disc the next time. This time. Okay, and my computer is. Oh wait, no. Okay, oh man, I thought my computer was messing up and I was just on like a different page. I was embarrassing, but okay, let me get to the destructo disc.
Yeah, well, if you want, you could go over the destructo disc.
Yes, the destructo. Okay, so basically the destructo disc has. Basically, the destructo disc is a move created by and that hero learned how to use it, and it pretty much can cut to a and it has a levels of durability and defense negation, essentially allowing it to cut to pretty much anything. So alright, so and I could show you like which one is it here? Oh crap, hold up a bit. Okay, here we go. Okay, and pretty much all it is essentially cut to anything. And not only does it allow you to do this, but also it has a tracking feature, as in and it also has a homing feature, meaning that it can hone in on the targets and adjust itself to the movements.
Alright, just scan for that.
Yeah. It is. Okay, I finally found it. Okay, so go to 1 minute here for him doing the destructo disc.
1 minute exactly.
Yes. And then you see that has also like a homing feature. And not only that, but it can burst and become multiple discs that all have the same potential, instantly surrounding you from a 360 perspective. So could Wolverine dodge that like a 360 perspective if there's no room to dodge?
Okay. Well, the problem is that the Destructor is still left like room to dodge, like in the clip you posted. So I'm just gonna say, yeah, Wolverine can not only dodge it with his instinctive action, he's all like his claws also like allow him to like deflect attacks in that same scan. You could see like he's like deflecting lasers in that scan. Oh, and I also like posted like a definition of like attack deflection.
Like, what do you mean deflecting? Let me see.
Like attack deflection is pretty much where you like deflect, like like for example, like energy based attacks. Like you could see him like deflecting lasers, which are like energy based.
Wait, you're looking at the same pic that I sent you, right? Because
Yeah,
he
the
never
second.
deflected it. Oh,
I'm saying that.
Oh, I see.
Wolverine is gonna counter it with attack deflection with like the Destructo Disc and his instinctive reaction.
how's he going to deflect the Destructo Disc?
I mean, because it's like attack deflection, you pretty much like deflect like for example, energy based attacks, and you could clearly see Wolverine doing that in the first scan.
Wait, this first scan you could.
The scan I posted, the first one, he's deflecting energy based attacks, and I also like posted a definition of attack deflection. Does it necessarily have to be like a similar attack?
That doesn't look like an energy attack. He was being attacked by swords.
I mean, no, you could like clearly see that they're like lasers and stuff. Why would they be swords?
Attacking him with a sword.
I mean,
Oh wait,
yeah, the guys he's going up against are like swords. You could see in the first part of the scan, he's actually like deflecting stuff.
okay, but this is a 360 attack, so how would he deflect that?
Well, it is still like in the clip you posted, still like room to dodge. So I'm gonna say Wolverine is just gonna dodge it with his instinctive reaction. It doesn't matter if it's really a 360 view, and once it's like no longer 360, just gonna deflect them.
That's the thing. They can all converge on him at the same time, similar to
And
like
if
how
you'd
the
like-
Hellzone grenade works.
And if you'd like, I can also like give you scans of Wolverine tanking energy-based attacks and being like unaffected by them.
You also prove that those energy-based attacks are on the same level as the Destructo Disc.
We literally just agreed to equalize hacks, so that like really like matter unless like the Destructo Disc has some like special ability.
I mean, yes, you can pretty much do anything. Negates the ability and stuff. And have these lasers that he tanked, do they negate the ability?
Well, if you're gonna argue durability negging, I'm just gonna say like Wolverine healing factor is gonna kick in. Like, could it neg healing factors?
Can it neg healing factors?
Yeah, and if you'd like, I'll get scans for Wolverine's healing factor.
Oh, you don't need to scans for that. I've already seen what his healing factor can do.
Alright.
And he can like reattach his head back to his body, can't he?
I mean, yeah, pretty much like regenerated from like just from like a skeleton before. And like the thing is that like can like the Destructo this like cut through like something that's like pretty much actually wait, never mind. What I was gonna say is like, yeah, Wolverine could pretty much regenerate from a skeleton, and at times he's even been able to like regenerate from a drop of blood.
Wasn't that from a different? Isn't that you said you're using 616 weren't you?
Yeah, 616.
Oh,
Yeah,
616.
it's from like the older days. It's still like in like the 616 continuity.
How? You have an image of him which is waiting from a drop of blood in the 616 continuity.
Yeah, sure, I can get you that.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I'll get you that.
I was kidding. You can actually get that.
Yeah, I can get that.
Okay. While you're getting that, I'm gonna get something. Oh, did you add the thing?
Just give me a moment.
I got weird thing.
Alright, I just posted it.
Okay. Oh, crap, I'm trying to find it. It's supposed to be here somewhere. Okay, here we go. Wait, what'd you post again?
Wolverine regenerating from a drop of blood. I posted a Wolverine regenerating from a drop of blood.
Oh yeah, it regenerated from like a DNA strand.
Yeah, and the thing that I also like to ask is like, how do like the destructo discs and durability?
Fine.
Alright, what was the skin you posted of?
Okay, so basically you you know how like I said that Wolverine had like instinctive reactions, so like he didn't actually need to think like
Yeah.
God's things.
Yeah.
Hero actually does have a counter to this in the way that he can do something similar in the way that like his body subconsciously remembers his body subconsciously takes into account what the opponent's doing, dodges on its own. Like and this and Goku actually demonstrates this truth twice within like this video here. I could give
Alright,
you the
well,
timestamp, but I need to look through here because
before I do it, are
forgot.
like the are like like the animes canon to the video games?
This like the wait what? Say it again.
Are the video games and like the anime canon to each other? Are the video games? Yeah.
Where was that? Yes, actually, because like GT is like the grand side story, but then like the Dragon Ball, and they added the side story into the Ultimate Tenkaichi games, and that's why you have like characters like Omega Sun, and then you also have Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and that's why Hero also remembers meeting these characters, and he even has abilities from each of these characters that are listed.
Alright, well, like, could you like prove that they're like canon to each other?
You mean like show you like show you something of him doing something saw them do.
Like
That kind
like
of does.
you said, like, you know, like Hero like remembers, you know, beating, like, you know, whoever said like he beat in the video game. So like I'm asking you if you could prove that.
Yeah, like actually good actually. Okay. Here we go. You just want one example or two.
Well, I mean, like, is it like? Well, yeah, I think one will be fine.
Okay. Okay, wait. So, did you like look at like the thing, like the first one I sent for like the instinctive reaction thing?
No, can you give a timestamp?
Ah, crap! I need to go find that. Okay, so there's one. I'm gonna have to go back and look. Okay, so one is probably at 8:48. Another happens. I think it happens in the same clip, but I'm going to have to like skim through it. But the first one happens somewhere between 8 minutes and 8 minutes, and then 8 minutes and 48 seconds.
All right.
I should have gone through here to like timestamp these. Okay, and then
Okay. Well, pretty much like, yeah, Goku can like fight like while like he can't see, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's instinctive reaction. That could just mean that he could be using like his other senses. Not necessarily instinctive reaction. Instinctive reaction is like where like your body could move on its own without you having to think. Like in that clip you showed, was like Goku able to like move without having to think? From like what I recall, we've really seen him like do that with like Ultra Instinct.
this is a
I said that like with the first clip you showed with like Omega Shenron, that's not like necessarily instinctive reaction. It could just be like Goku using his other senses. Instinctive reaction is where like your body move without you having to like think at all. Like how does that like Goku like, you know, fighting without like seeing, how does that like inherently mean he has instinctive reaction?
Oh, that was part one. Oh, that was just part one. The first part was the one I had to find again. Like it's here now. Wait, let me just scroll across here real quick. Should be here. Hey, okay, I think this one might be it. You still have the video up, like.
Well, yeah, you like posted the video with like a Shenron, yeah.
Hey, I was just about to find it. Okay, go to 6 minutes, and then just you can stop it at 6:10, and like explain, and like and then he further explains he's doing. Basically, his body self compensates and will for him. He doesn't really focus on defense that much.
Okay, so
Like for 6 minutes.
6 minutes. 6 minutes in the first clip.
Yeah, the thing. Wait, yeah, the thing that I sent you.
Okay. Goku said, like, yeah, I can, like, feel, like, every one of, like, your moves before you make them. But that could just mean he's using his other senses. It's not, like, inherently instinctive reaction.
And you could say that, but you would have to prove that. I have no reason to believe he wouldn't. I mean, he even said it himself, that his body remembers it. So that means his body is basically learning for him, leaving his mind free to essentially come with attacks next. It takes the burden off him essentially. That's literally just what he did. It's instinctive reaction.
Alright, I'll accept this. So, and, Heroes Contrast 1.
Okay, so basically, let me just get where we're at right now. Both of us have instinctive reaction, and so basically, now that both of us have that, how does Wolverine contend with the Destructo Disc Volley? And then you said healing factor, right?
Yeah.
Healing factor. Yeah, gotcha. That is a good counter, though. But I do have one other thing to say though, like about like when you say like healing factor. Hero has actually dealt with beings that have healing factors similar to, if not superior to, Logan, such as like Majin Buu and Cell. So his
Well,
healing.
to what extent could like he like neg healing factors on, like, like, can he, like, can they, like, regenerate from, like, their limbs being broken? Could they, like, regenerate from, like, vital organs being exploded? Like, to, like, what degree?
For instance, setback, as long as there's one cell or atom left in the body, and then when you get to Majin Buu, it's ridiculous. He can just regenerate from nothing but a mist, but there's nothing physical left of him at all, as in just like a vapor, and then he can just completely reform himself.
Alright, did you post things for that? Like, was it, like, the next two clips?
Scan with Majin Buu.
Yeah, of, like him, like, negging, like, Majin Buu's, like, healing factor, and, like, Majin Buu being able to, like, regenerate on that level.
Oh, okay. Oh crap! Let me. Wait, what happened to her? Hmm. Benefit. Okay. I also want to like put one like one of like cell here, because that's gonna be the easiest to find. Okay. Wow. Oh. Dang it. So, okay, so he was Cell essentially explaining how he managed to survive his own explosion. Now, just how only one cell or atomic molecule, just one atomic molecule of him just needs to exist for him to go back. Also, this is emphasized more in the fact that he even stated himself that he had no intention of surviving the attack, meaning that his own regeneration even impressed himself, and this is after he regenerated from having his entire upper torso completely vaporized.
Alright, can you give the timestamp?
I mean, like, pretty much the whole video is it. Oh, wait. Okay, but let me just skip to, like, the deep important things in there. Then, it was like the video example explaining it. Okay, just start at 019.
19 seconds, alright.
Okay, pretty much the whole thing is just him, from that point on, it's just him talking about it.
Alright.
You can just skip ahead a little bit and go to like 58 seconds.
Well, yeah, Cell said that, like, he could, like, regenerate on a cellular level, but, like, the clip itself, like, showed, like, there was, like, still, like, some parts of, like, his flesh intact.
He said basically that they were remade and that they kind of converged onto him.
Yeah,
he even states it himself that they were just one piece of him left.
Well, yeah, but like he might have said that, but like right after that, it literally shows that there was like like some parts of like his flesh that were still intact.
Oh, he said amongst the debris. That wasn't like his flesh. That was like the debris from like the rest of the planet that got
Yeah, but
exploded.
the thing is that like the cell he like regenerated from was just like one giant cell.
Exactly. He managed to regenerate from that single nuclei. Yeah, within his head.
It shows like that. Like that's. It shows like that cell wasn't just like a normal cell. It was like one giant cell.
How does that in any way from the feed?
because that doesn't
As long as that cell
inherently.
is there, he will continue to regenerate, and that cell
Okay,
in
but
and
the
of
thing is,
itself.
it's not truly like regenerating on a cellular level because that's not like like the regular size of a cell.
That doesn't matter. He's still regenerating from that explosion that he thought was going to completely vaporize him. And
Yeah,
it did, but that
I'll
thing
say
so like
he did regenerate from it, but the thing is that cell was like one like giant cell. It was like nearly like if like it was like nearly like the size of an organ, if not bigger. And like cells,
that's because they
like
zoomed in on it. They legitimately zoomed in on that little cell.
even
You know
when
how
it
something
wasn't
gets
zoomed
bigger
in
when you
on,
zoom in on They zoomed
even
in on
even when it
it.
wasn't zoomed in, even even when it wasn't zoomed in on, it still wasn't like a regular size cell.
How does
It was
that take
still
away from the feed is what I'm asking you. Can you explain
because
how that would take away from this?
I already explained it. It's that it's not regenerating on like a normal cellular level because of the sheer size of that cell. It's like much larger than a normal cell.
You said
Like
so
even
because it's
when
not a normal size cell, it's not really regenerating on a cellular level.
yes.
You would okay, so basically you could explain how a cell that's bigger wouldn't operate like a cell that's smaller.
Well,
You
yeah,
explain that.
because
Because you
because the thing
explain
is that there's still like a lot to regenerate from. With like a regular size cell, there's not a lot to regenerate from. So that's why regenerating from like a regular size cell is more impressive than regenerating from like like the size of like the cell has.
but then so you're saying that because of the size of the cell, that regeneration isn't as impressive?
Yes, because like it's like okay, look. So you have a cellular level type of regeneration and a subatomic type of regeneration. The like regenerating on a subatomic level is way more like impressive than a cellular level because subatomic is far smaller than cellular.
Did you also hear the fact that he said that he was already regrowing from that? So it was growing big because it was literally regrowing cell. And it needs to get to proportional size before it can fully regrow an entire body like that. So you could just say that as well.
I mean, look,
It's more
even like when
speculation than anything.
even like when like the shot was like zoomed out on, it still wasn't like it was much larger than a regular cell, which is the thing.
You
It
can chalk that
wasn't.
up to cinematography, then want to show it off. There's so many ways that you. There are so many ways that you can
It's like pretty much
It just
saying
looks like
like
a trick of like the light,
it's
or like how the show was put up.
it's kind of like saying like I regenerated on like a subatomic level because my subatomic particles are much bigger, than your subatomic particles, like by like a
And
lot.
that just
They're
means
like
that
not.
you're more powerful if
Yeah,
you
like
wanted to
if
say
your
that.
subatomic, if your subatomic particles are much larger than a normal subatomic particle, that doesn't mean that you regenerated on a subatomic level because there was still a large part you regenerate from. Like Wolverine only
Hey,
had a single drop of blood to
Hey
regenerate
guys,
from.
can you like move on?
Yeah, let's leave this to the judges.
I have one more
Oh god damn it.
thing. Like,
Okay, Fate. Also, so say one more thing. You have no contentions with like Wolverine's regen?
I actually do have like one last thing here that proves that it's higher.
Okay.
Wow, is it on? I do have. Oh wait, let me just post it here. Here we Wait, okay. Okay, this is okay. This is the one right here showing when like when Trunks came by and killed Fui and cut Frieza up and then killed him like with his final blast attack. It says right here in like the Daizensu and like the Dragon Ball guides, that Frieza was reduced to atoms by that attack. And I don't think I need to say that like when Cell self-destructed himself, that was well beyond atomic destruction.
So who was this like regenerating on an atomic level?
I mean, Trunks killed Frieza on an atomic level. That same attack wouldn't have even bothered Cell because he would like regen from it, and that's in his lesser forms because he blew up in his second form. So you can actually say that this over that. So his regeneration's actually more powerful than like that atomic attack. Then his weak transformation, and he was in the perfect form when he got completely incinerated.
Alright, let me just read through this first.
Just read like the last parts. Because like when it says like right here, I actually just read it to you. And then it says though he thought that died when Planet Namek was wiped out, he was revived as a mecha. That he was reduced to atoms by a boy who had come from the future, reaching a miserable end. That's literally what it says at like the end. Proving that like this regeneration, even in his second form, not even his perfect form, is already well above the grade of atomic disintegration. He was in form when like, he was killed.
When did Cell take attacks from the sword?
The sword isn't what cut Frieza to atoms. It was Trunks' attack that like incinerated him to atoms.
Yeah, when did Cell like tank that same attack?
Never said he tanked the attack. I said that when he blew up, like in his second form, everyone was worried that they were going to die. Then Goku, who was in like his full power Super Saiyan state, teleported them away. He died in the explosion. And then Cell even thought he was going to die, even though his second form is way stronger than Trunks was. Right here, his sword, by how he got mollywopped by Android 17 and 18, like later on. And he came back from that. So even if you wanted to say all of that, it's just still a stronger form of regeneration than you're giving it credit for. Because it shows that it's well above that of atomic levels of disintegration, that you would need much higher degrees to even, like, wake apart his cells to begin with.
Well, the thing is that, like, you said that, like, Cell pretty much, like, took an attack from, like, that same sword.
I did not say that. I said that his explosion was more powerful than both of those attacks. That it was actually at a higher yield, like the atomic attack that did to Frieza. He still came back from that.
The clip you showed was Cell, like, exploding himself.
Self-destruction technique is one of the most powerful techniques in Dragon Ball. As it like takes all of your built-in latent ki energy and explodes it out. Like you remember Vegeta's final atonement? Basically like that, except this time he's doing it with the intention of killing everyone. He himself even said, I didn't even count on surviving. That was just pure luck.
Okay, well, the thing is that Cell blew himself up, so how would that really mean he regenerated on an atomic level?
Oh, are you really asking me he blew himself up, so how is that him regenerate? Did you not just hear when I said he didn't
say, I said that he blew himself up, but how would that mean regenerated on an atomic level? Like, were like his atoms like exploded?
Yeah, ask you this
Because
one
the scan you
question.
posted was Frieza being reduced
Want to move on
atoms.
now because you guys said that you're going to do one point, but now you're continuing to go around in circles. So move on. No excuses. Just move on.
Well, they
Continue,
haven't finished.
please. I'm about
No,
to
they
slow
haven't
down.
finished. Like they need to finish what they're saying. Like we don't. This can't be left unlike this.
Yeah, just like one last question to you, like, now, these two, Cell's explosive technique and Trunks' atomic vaporizing beam, wait, and the Tennis Buster. Between those two techniques, when Trunks, before he went in to train with Vegeta and got significantly stronger, one of these two moves do you think is stronger than the other? Second form, Cell blowing himself up, or Trunks disintegrating
Okay,
Frieza at
well,
the atomic level?
yeah, but the thing is that was Frieza, like obliterated on an atomic level, not Cell.
And Cell has Frieza's cells within him.
In like what? In like his perfect form?
Cell is legitimately made up of every fighter's cells, and it's even stated repeatedly. It's made up of every fighter's cells: Goku, Piccolo, Vegeta, etc. Like, we can move. Like, yes. So this is literally no reason to like assume that he wouldn't be able to come back from an attack like that, because everything legitimately points to him being able to.
Yeah, but the thing is that with Frieza, like it took him like how much like time did it take him to like remake himself?
Oh. Okay, no. Okay, wait, I'm gonna ask, do you guys think I should, like, move on and just, like, I think I've said enough?
I
Yeah,
mean,
move on.
Like,
Like, it wasn't really doing anything.
okay, let's just move on from that then.
alright, I guess I'll give my own win con.
Okay. Apologize for that taking a bit longer than it would have.
Yeah, well, you're right about that. Alright, well, I'm gonna first argue durability negating Wolverine's claws to negate durability, and I'm also gonna argue this to be layered, and I'll get the stuff for that.
How many layers?
2 layers. What the? Whose mic is that?
Nothing, I was just me inside my dog's house.
Bro, what? Did Chris and his friends go back to your house? The hell?
I'm, like, sitting in my dog's house.
Yeah, just give me a moment. I have like 2 more scans to get.
Yeah, good.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just getting his stuff.
This debate is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
Too late
No,
to do that.
Oh,
You
no,
done that
no,
up.
no, no,
Shut
no, no.
up.
Have to learn from the
This
master.
is
All right,
sponsored by these
mute your
nuts.
mics. Mute your mics.
Raid
Mute your
Shadow
mics.
Legends.
We should have done that at the beginning. I was wondering, like, where's like the sponsorship and stuff.
This
Again, I don't want to
debate
be a
was
sellout.
Sponsored by the
this
All
state.
right.
debate
Well,
was
we saw.
sponsored
Okay,
by
wait.
Frosted Flakes.
Oh my God, can you mute your mics, please? Okay, but anyway, Wolverine negged Thor's durability, and we've seen that Thor has been able to take Ghost Rider's Hellfire, which also negs durability because it not only targets your physical body, it also targets your soul.
Oh, his claws managed to cut through Thor's body, whereas the Ghost Rider flames could not.
Yeah, Ghost Rider's like Hellfire also negs durability, and I even posted the scans for that. Like, Ghost Rider's Hellfire didn't work on Thor, but Wolverine's claws did.
Oh, I
So
see
yeah,
that.
that's why I'm arguing
I
two
also
layers
know
of
that his scans
durability
can, like,
negging.
open the soul and stuff.
Like, I posted a
That's
skin
two
saying
of
two layers of durability negging.
just get this one.
Alright, so like any like contentions, counters, what?
Yes. Oh no. Yes. Okay. So wait, let me get the scans first, and then I'll like explain them once I get them. Gonna be like a lot to go over. Ah, where is it? Oh, here we go. Okay, so first I'm just going to like put them on like these same level at first, and then I'm going to like do something different. Okay, so here we go.
So, like, what exactly are you trying to
Essentially,
argue?
the hero actually does actually the hero at least has two wizards since he actually does have some he actually does can have more than two, but like you're finding that other scan that I do need. Still scrolling up through here, but first for like this main one, here's the it is. Here's a picture of Cell not being affected by it at all, even though it negates durability. This is in his base, and this is just in him not even noticing it in a very casual stance. And he does the same move to Gohan in a Super Saiyan 2. And then Gohan catches this amped up version of like the Destructo Disc. Just his aura. Badly. So basically that's two moves that have been done. The new ability negating. Go. And one was actually stronger than the last one was.
So
Meaning
could
at
I
least
have a
two players.
timestamp? Could I have a
And it
timestamp?
happened like to time. Basically go to like 10 seconds.
Alright.
So I said also I wanted to say that Quillen was enraged when he did this because Cell 8 Android 19 8 I mean 18, yeah, Android 18.
Alright, so the timestamp for the second one. Hello?
I'm still here. Okay,
Yeah, could you
timestamp for the
grab it?
second one. Yes. 25 seconds, and then watts to about 51.
Alright.
So about 25 to 51.
Alright, so yeah, you caught the destruct. So how exactly do the destructive disconnect durability?
Exactly that the destructive disconnect durability.
Yeah, how does it like neg durability? What's there to like really indicate a neg's durability?
There's no indication it makes durability.
I mean, you said you had a counter to durability negging. Like you said, like you're like I actually wait, like what did you say again? I don't remember like what you said. Like
I
yeah,
said this is two. I think I said this is like at least 2 layers in the case, and yeah, like the being like amped up versions of the destructo that's being used.
okay, yeah, that's what I'm asking. How did the destructive disconnect durability?
Okay, let me get this other, and then I have that further goes in the detail essentially. Okay, here's the first reason as to why it can basically. Okay, wait. Let me just talk about key in general and why even just the East key attack already on some level does negate her data to a sense. Okay. Yeah, it's supposed to be here. Oh wait. Essentially, what key is and like the essentially what key is like it's mind, body, and spirit all coming together with courage, vigor, and vitality. Essentially meaning that it works on like a metaphysical level. It can attack you on metaphysical level, like not just your body, but also like your spirit and your mind are also under stress. You're getting attacked with key energy, like the nature of how it works. It's based heavily on like the Taoism, like ancient Chinese folklore.
Well, like, does it like work the same in Dragon Ball?
Explain it though. It worked the same
Like,
as in
yeah,
Taoism, and that's where Akira Toriyama got like the inspiration for Ki. Essentially, it's shown many times
alright,
throughout like the series.
alright, yeah, he like might be like spiritual in nature, but I showed scans of how like Wolverine can neg people on a spiritual level.
Yeah, and that kind of helps with like Destructo Disc, because even like a base key attack can do this, and the Destructo Disc is an amped up version of that. As I just showed two amped up versions of the Destructo Disc doing nothing to like Gohan's aura. So essentially this could be 2 to 3. This could actually be 3 layers of like the ability negation resistance. So how key just regular key works, and then you have a specialized key attack that's made solely to do that one thing.
Let me see if I have a counter this.
I'll just argue that he tanked it, really.
Alright, so like going back to like my whole point with like Thor, that's already like 2 layers, and Thor, has actually like fought against Silver Surfer, who's like spiritual in nature, and I'll get the stuff for that.
Freddy Krueger in the background.
Sounds like some phasmophobia shit right there.
What the
I
hell?
think it's diarrhea.
Wait,
That was me opening my door.
Oh.
Mute your mics, please.
I need to start greasing that.
That's what she said.
Okay, so what are you getting
Yeah,
again?
just give me a second. I'm getting my scan. I'm just like getting like this. I'm arguing higher layers into like durability negging on like a spiritual level.
So you're saying basically Silver Surfer's new ability negation is superior to no
Like,
fire?
no, I'm saying that like, her look, you'll see. Wait. Alright, so pretty much, Thor like has like fought against like Surfer, and like Surfer's like already like spiritual in nature, and I'll like get more scans of Thor fighting Surfer. Surfer couldn't really like do much to Thor either. And
So
I'm getting more
Silver
of that.
couldn't do much to Thor when they him.
What? Wait, sorry, I didn't hear that.
Wait, did you say that? Did you say that Silver Surfer couldn't do much to Thor when they were fighting?
No, yeah, Silver Surfer, like, in like the battles they had, Thor, was pretty much like winning them. Surfer couldn't do like much like to him.
Is that how it was when Thor fought like Ghostwire?
I mean, yeah, I posted a scan where like Thor pretty much just smacks Ghost Rider with his hammer. So pretty much like Silver Surfer is like spiritual in nature, and Thor, has been able to like beat him, and Ghost Rider, could also like is also like like his attacks like target your soul, and Thor was like unaffected by that, and Wolverine was able to like neg that and also get more stuff. So we saw like pretty much World Breaker, Hulk.
I'm still reading this stuff about Silver Surfer. So, okay, what makes him spiritual in nature?
I posted the scan. Look at the second scan. He pretty much like went into like an astral plane. Yeah.
It's his spirit that's going into like the astral plane, though, isn't it? Or is like his spirit his physical?
I mean, Surfer's already spiritual. Oh, wait, let me get a second scan. It says like like the astral plane is like main source of power.
He draws power from like the astral plane.
Yeah, it's his main source of power, so that already makes him like spiritual in nature. And
okay, the thing is, like, I'm willing to accept that he's like let's say he's like that he's like spiritual in nature, and that this means that Wolverine can effectively attack spirits. But I do have like one question.
Yeah.
Okay, so my question is, you said that when Silver Surfer fought Thor, that he really could do much to Thor, and that they were pretty much equal.
Well, not necessarily, because Thor pretty much like wins.
Okay, so Thor beat him, and then when Thor fought Ghost Rider, he beat Ghost Rider as well.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The question I have is, how are those two different? And if
Okay,
Thor managed to just beat both of them.
Okay, so pretty much the thing is that Silver Surfer is already like spiritual in nature. Thor fought against him, so that's already like two layers right there of like being able to like resistance to like spiritual attacks, because Surfer's spiritual in nature and Surfer couldn't do much to Thor. So that's already two layers. And then Ghost Rider pretty much, or wait, I'll get this scan.
Ghost Rider is spiritual in nature too, isn't he? Like
Yeah,
mortal weapons can't really hurt him.
Wait, just give me a minute. I gotta get this one scanned. I'm actually gonna go about a different way arguing this. So, we saw like Wolverine fighting like World Breaker Hulk, and I'll get that stuff. I'll get that stuff because I'm gonna go like a different way argue this.
That's probably for the best. No, Hulk has like actual like interaction though.
Yeah, wait, just give me a moment. So pretty much, Wolverine fought World Breaker Hulk, and we've seen that base Hulk, was able to break Thor's hammer and all good stuff for that. I already posted the scan of Thor's hammer being able to affect Silver Surfer.
He already showed like an image of Thor fighting Silver Surfer, so that pretty much
Yeah, I
is
know.
already
I'm
done.
just getting. I'm pretty much just getting the scan of like Hulk breaking Thor's hammer, and I already showed that Thor fought against Silver Surfer, so that's like one layer, 2 layers, and then so pretty much that's already like 2 layers for Hulk, and then we
Because
saw
he like blows, because he blows like Thor's hammer.
well no he pretty much breaks it, not pretty much breaks it. So yeah,
I have
so
one question about this scan though.
yeah.
Like when you see breaks this hammer, which version of Thor is this? Because
I mean, you
like
could
you
still
say
see that it's
using
like
616 Wolverine, but like you've been going, but like this
it,
looks like an older version of Thor who
I mean,
was
just
much
because
weaker than
it's
like
an
the current
older,
version.
just because like it's an older version doesn't mean it's not the same version. It's like
Did you
still.
prove that they're the similar versions?
I mean, you could see like Thor, when it's put against Surfer, they pretty much like look exactly the same. So like, why wouldn't it be the same Thor? Like, what's really there to suggest that it isn't the same Thor?
Is that a Marvel multiverse? Like different
I mean,
universes? Yeah, and basically, like when you do this, it's like this is Hulk breaking Thor's hammer. This isn't the same Thor that was like in the other issues of Marvel. So I wanted to like have something connecting this version of Thor to like the 616 version of Thor, which is what Wolverine would be contending with.
well, yeah, you could see like the only difference between like this Thor now is that the art style is different, but that doesn't mean they're different Thors. Like,
So
there's
it's
nothing
the
to really
art.
suggest
So it's big.
that
So you're saying it's the art style.
like you could still see like all the scans I've like posted with Thor. It's like the exact same Thor. Like they look exactly like the same. Like Thors from like different like universes like look completely like different.
And honestly, you could have done this better. Like, say, like when Hulk fought Zam when he was
Well,
when he
well,
was
okay,
dressing like
wait.
Doctor
I'm not.
Strange.
This is like getting like off topic, but I'm just gonna go back to what I was arguing. So, pretty much Wolverine fought Worldbreaker Hulk, and we've seen Base Hulk was able to break Thor's hammer. We've seen that Thor's hammer has been able to affect Surfer, who's spiritual in nature. So that's already like
Oh, it's 2
three or
layers
four
into like
layers.
durability negation.
Well, no, because we saw that Wolverine fought Worldbreaker Hulk, who broke Thor's hammer, which can affect Silver Surfer. So that's already like
Like, but that
yeah, that's
same
already
hammer
like
can still affect Wolverine though. Wolverine just like hit Thor on his body, and even Hulk says in the scan that no, your hammer is strong. Without it, you are nothing. And he just tosses Thor over his shoulder.
well, yeah, yeah, like that hammer still affected Surfer. That's the thing. He's spiritual
And
nature, so like okay, could you like first like let me finish like what I was arguing and then you could like refute me? So pretty much Wolverine fought Hulk, who was able to break Thor's hammer, which nagged Surfer, who's spiritual in nature. So that's already like
hey,
one. So like for Wolverine, that's already like 3 layers right there. and then we saw Ghost Rider's Hellfire, which can also nag spiritual beings pretty much. Like it didn't really work on Thor as to where like Wolverine's claws actually worked on Thor.
Okay, so basically you have this. Hulk broke Thor's hammer. Thor's hammer was able to hurt Silver Surfer. Wolverine managed to hurt Hulk, who broke Thor's hammer. And that's 3 layers in durability negation.
Well, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I'll see if I could argue more if I need to. Yeah, we even saw Hulk broke Thor's hammer, but Hulk, struggled to tank Ghost Rider's Hellfire. You even said Ghost Rider's Hellfire, he was feeling pain.
Doesn't that mean that he would feel pain from Silver Surfer too?
I mean, so pretty much Hulk was able to break Thor's hammer, which affected Silver Surfer, who's spiritual in nature, and we also saw Thor tank. We also saw Thor tank Ghost Rider, which also nags the soul while Hulk couldn't take it. So we saw Wolverine nagged Hulk, so that's 4 layers.
I mean, that's good. You could argue that would be 4 layers for Thor, but that would only really be at best 3 for Wolverine. Because when you're talking about
why would it only be 3? Because we literally saw Wolverine nag Thor, and I even posted scans for that. Why would that only be 3 or 4?
Okay, you know how you showed me a picture of Thor? You know, you showed me a picture of Wolverine stabbing through Thor and cutting him up? And then you showed me 2 scenes of Thor casually swapping hands with Ghost Rider and Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
What puts Ghost Rider and Silver Surfer's spiritual negation on a different level? Because the way you phrased it, they're basically on the same. I would say they're on a similar level, so you can't get a layer out of something that's on a similar layer. There's nothing that's that different about either of them. That's why I would only say it's 3 for Wolverine.
Well, the thing is that why wouldn't it be 4? Because we saw Wolverine fight World Breaker Hulk, who broke Thor's hammer, which can affect Surfer. So that's already 1, 2. That's already 2 layers.
Exactly, and then he cuts Hulk,
and
then it's
and the thing is that's for Hulk though. We saw his hammer pretty much interact with someone who's spiritual in nature, and then I kind of got this mixed up. Wait.
Yeah.
Hulk broke Thor's hammer, which can hurt spiritual beings like Surfer, so that's already 2 layers. And we saw pretty much Thor's physical body casually tank Ghost Rider's Hellfire, and Hulk even said yeah, your Hellfire put me in a lot of pain, while Hulk it didn't. And then we later see Wolverine cut through Thor, so why wouldn't that be 4 layers?
Okay, you know how you said that Thor pretty much fought Silver Surfer and Ghost Rider on equal playing field. You said that Ghost Rider managed to hurt Hulk.
Well,
why wouldn't Silver Surfer be able to Hulk Hulk? Because you just showed that all 3 of them being pretty much on a somewhat similar scale.
But the thing is that I never really.
Ghost Rider hurts Hulk, and so Surfer should be able to hurt Hulk as well.
the thing is that I never really said Surfer was above Ghost Rider. From like what I showed, Ghost Rider like is above Surfer, because pretty much if you'd like, I can like give you a scan of like Hulk pretty much beating up Silver Surfer, while like Thor like won against him.
Because like when you were talking about like the Surfer and Ghost Rider, I was like, because well, you never gave anything for like how strong the spiritual like negation was. Then you just showed Hulk casually like going up against Thor, casually going up against them. That really wouldn't add a layer for Thor unless one of them was stronger than the other. Then you talk that Hulk got injured by like Ghost Rider's flame.
Like
But then like
Thor
when he got
didn't.
injured by that, so basically, also, you know, when you said he caught the hammer,
Well, yeah.
he caught it and broke it, and it was able to like damage the spiritual being.
Well, yeah.
So he caught and broke it, and that damaged like a spiritual being. And Wolverine managed to cut and injure him. So that would be like two layers of Wolverine, because like, but you get three layers out of just when Hulk broke like Thor's hammer, because Thor's hammer can damage spiritual beings. And then Thor proved that by him fighting Silver Surfer. And after he fought Silver Surfer, he got broken by like Hulk, and then Hulk went through like a stronger version of Hulk. So essentially, that would you could argue that to be three, but like you couldn't really get that to four. I'm willing to accept it as three though.
I mean, you yourself said you could get it to 4, so why
Said
wouldn't
three.
it be
Yeah,
4?
I said I could accept it at three. I
Well,
mean,
yeah, you
if
said.
you want,
Alright. Alright, well. Alright, give me a minute. Because I kind of like got this a little mixed up. So I'm just trying to like
okay, I'll give you a
restructure
minute.
it.
I'm gonna have to eat something after this. So. Oh.
You guys ready to move on?
Alright, yeah, well, like, you said you accepted like 3 layers, right?
Yeah. Why just leave it at three then?
Well,
Well, if
if
y'all want
you
to keep
like.
arguing, you can.
Well, yeah. Alright, let me see if I can get like an extra layer from like something else.
Okay, we'll go for like 7 more minutes. What? Yeah. Stop talking at the red fucks. Did you put it? Yeah, I wasn't looking.
Let me just quickly restructure this. Alright, so
Fine, I know.
we saw
Yeah,
Wolverine, Meg Hulk, who broke Thor's hammer, which can affect Surfer, who's spiritual in nature. And then we saw, like, oh, wait, let me get the scan real quick.
You guys ready to conclude?
Uh, yeah, alright, so pretty much, this is
Stop bugging him about that.
So that's 1, 2,
What is going on, pretty
3.
What are you finding again?
Alright, so pretty much, go pretty much, his Hellfire couldn't work on Thor, whereas with the Hulk, it actually was able to work on him, and we've pretty much seen Hulk beat up Surfer, who's spiritual in nature, and then pretty much like Wolverine, we saw like Neg Thor, who basically scales above that.
Hey, this isn't. Wait, Thor didn't like all Surfer. This is him grabbing Surfer out of a portal and just tossing him off his board.
Wait, sorry,
The
what?
Surfer was negged. This is Hulk grabbing Surfer off of his board via teleporting to the side of him and then just tossing him away. That's
I mean, he
not
like
darling. That's
just
someone
can't.
tossing someone away. I mean, it proves he can interact with Surfer.
I mean,
It does
do
prove
you want
that.
a scan of him like beating Surfer down?
I mean, that would be
Because like if Hulk himself like wasn't like spiritual, he wouldn't even be able to like interact with Surfer.
I mean, like, I get that I mean, I know he's spiritual because he can interact with Surfer. But what I'm saying is that he pretty much sneak attacked him in this instance because he appeared behind him without warning.
Well, alright, yeah, wait, let me just get a scan of like Hulk beating down Surfer because I had a scan like that.
To be clear, we're both like at 4 layers of durability in the case tonight.
I saw you accept 4 layers.
Oh yeah, 3.
Yeah,
3.
you
Yeah,
said
sorry about
3
that.
for
I was
Swift.
gonna say 3, but yeah. Sorry, I forgot. Oh, this is him beating up Silver.
So pretty much, Thor was unaffected by Ghost Rider's like Hellfire, whereas Hulk, was actually like in pain by it, and we've seen him like beat up Surfer, who's spiritual in nature.
Wait, isn't this like a downgraded Silver Surfer because he doesn't have his board? It's where he draws his power from.
I mean, the place he draws power from is the astral plane, not his board, and I even proved that.
I mean, yeah, but what? I mean, yeah, you did prove he draws it, but like, doesn't the board like help him transmute that as well?
I mean,
because like if he's separated from his board,
I mean,
like doesn't
the
he
board,
lose some power?
The board really just like helps him like fly and like gives him like stealing hacks really.
So he can't fly the board.
So, like the board doesn't like necessarily downgrade his power.
Okay. Also, you said this is like. Oh wait, let me just put these here first. Oh wait. Oh crap! I'm on the wrong thing. Oh wait. Okay, so you said this is what is happening? There you go. Okay, so basically you said that this. Okay, basically you said Silver Surfer was spiritual in nature, right? So if he's spiritual in nature, how did they catch him and put him on ward? Like, because this is where Hulk is fighting him, like on the war planet.
Well, okay. Here, wait one sec. Alright, sorry, I was backward. What were you saying?
Okay, so then, okay, I was going to say something different, but like instead, I'm just going to do something. Going to let you have like that fourth layer, because I did find other stuff that I could use for like Hero and just like speed things along.
Alright.
Okay, so you have
Um,
and I have 3.
alright, so like, do you accept it like, working?
Hey, okay, so let me just okay. So before that, I'm going to say that like yes, I do see like that he can interact with like spirits, but like and that does add like that can actually add like another layer, like certain acts can like hurt spirits. Oh, but then I would like to show this too as well. Like when Kid Buu was fighting Vegeta in life.
Take out a timestamp.
And the whole thing is him fighting Vegeta. Or you could just go like 40, 50 seconds in, and you see like him and Vegeta like swapping hands. Also, Vegeta was dead here, as evident by the halo, means that his Gohan is alone, putting a spirit, someone who basically was a spiritual being. Could also put Hero at 4. Also have something that could get him to 5. But like, I was gonna show this first. And the thing that gets him to like 5 is at the bottom, like the old thing. He see him, and you see like go to 340 on like the bottom clip, and you see this giant hole that's being whipped through dimension, caused by the birth of Janemba. Go, putting the beat from beats like the birth chamber. This adds like 2 extra to like his durability, like resistance and negation.
Like, explain like how you like structure your resistances to like it.
Wait, did you watch the first one?
Yeah, like could you explain like how it's like structured?
What?
I'm saying could you explain how you like structure your resistances to durability negging?
Like lay the scaling chain for it, basically, like what he
Yeah.
did with like Wolverine, yada 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 yada.
Basically, basically, I wouldn't call that was scaling, but then I guess if you like want one, essentially it's like this. It's made up of like body and spirit. Like it can attack, so like it can basically a key attack, like just those regular key beam attacks, already damage like my body and your soul. But the fact that they can do this without an aura, and that they can just do it with just physical blows with really no key output, also just shows like they have an extra layer and of that. Alright, so yeah, that's how that one works. For the second one, And for the second one, ooh, that basically just proves like the first layer. And for the fifth layer, essentially, did you go to 340 on like the bottom one? It's like you're still there, but I blank out.
Which is
No, no,
muted.
you're
Maybe he's
Yeah,
listening
I'm
to the
still here.
video.
I'm still here.
I mean,
Okay.
but I didn't mean to disturb you. But did you finish look at the video?
Yeah, I looked at the
Like
video.
40. That's like that's like breaking through like the dimensional barriers.
Yeah, like how does that necessarily like add resistances to durability negging?
That's Janemba's first form being born. That's pretty much just negating like the barriers between like heaven, earth, hell. Essentially, just breaking and whipping through them. And then Goku and this form that you see pretty much just wrecks him while he's doing that. This is enough. Meaning this is just like another extra layer of durability negations that resistance for like Hero, considering he copied this move from Janemba and can use it himself. And this is and this also the first form you see him in. This first form would get completely cut in half by like his dimensional slicing saber. I mean, it's dimensional slicing sword has been shown to negate durability as well, and even does it on a higher level, seeing as how it was able to damage Super Saiyan 3 Goku, whereas Janemba and his base form could not. Oh, that's why it's like 5 layers.
All right, so 5 layers. You're saying? Well, like you said, you argued 5 layers, right?
I mean, yeah, that's what I just got to say.
All right, I'll accept
Get to
that.
explain why this is 5 layers.
All right, yeah, all right, I'll accept it. So, I guess, do you want to give a win con?
Yeah, okay. I guess I can give like a. Okay, I guess I'll give like a one. What one gun should I choose from? There's a couple of ones I could choose from. Um, I guess I'm gonna make my second win. My second win con something really unique. I'll just argue that like, I'll argue that like Hero will. Well, I'll argue that. Oh well. Like, he has like a bunch of techniques. I'll argue that he would shoot Wolverine into space so he would suffocate, or blast him into the sun. Wait, is that? Wait, am I muted?
You guys dead or something?
I'm just like waiting for like. Did you get what I said? Oh, no, he's muted.
Are you guys gonna go to conclusions at some point?
Possibly.
He said,
but like he said 1 second. He's getting something. Like it shouldn't take that much longer. After he does his next win con, we'll just go to we'll probably be done because we'll both have 2 win cons essentially. And after that, it should be a bit
So
about
you just
over.
said for your recent one is like you'll either blast him into space or blast him into the sun.
I mean, both are in space, so yeah.
Yeah, so suffocation, I guess.
And we've shown that he can suffocate if he doesn't have air.
Well, the way we should kind of go through because this is about to hit the 2 hour mark.
Crap! I hate it when they go over like that, but that much.
Fate, I'm surprised you didn't know that.
I honestly forgot. I'm kind of hungry, so my view of time is a bit
There were time for
deflated.
hunger, and go eat after this, okay?
I need to get some beef or bison.
That sounds wrong, but okay.
Rather spicy.
Beef is good for you, especially lean beef.
I must say.
Rather spicy.
You eating spicy chicken?
Oh my god, Fate, bruh. He wasn't eating. It's a meme, bruh.
Alright, sorry, I had to go do something really quickly. What was your win con?
Okay, so essentially what I said is essentially what I said is that he will just blast Wayne into space or into the sun, and he'll
Alright,
suffocate.
so with one of his energy attacks, how does he do it?
He just said energy attack. That's pretty much sums up how he'll do it. Either that or he'll just transmit him into space.
Well, I'm just gonna say that Hero won't even be able to touch Wolverine because of how much more skilled he is, and I'll get the stuff for that. So pretty much, Wolverine was able to outmatch Iron Fist. Alright, just give me a moment, I'm getting that.
Yeah.
And Iron Fist was able to outmatch Captain America, who knows every martial art known to man. And I'll get that stuff. So this is already 3 layers of knowing every martial art known to man, and I'll argue more if I need to. And I'm also gonna argue that Wolverine will just adapt to him, since it was stated that Captain America can quickly adapt to any fighting style and situation, even if he's never seen it before. And I'll get that. And Captain America also outmatched Taskmaster, who can adapt to any fighting style within seconds. And I'll get that.
Captain America fighting Taskmaster.
Oh wait, no, I'm getting
the guy
that. I'm getting that really quickly. Sorry, I have a lot of stuff to go through. I just have to get it quickly. Alright, so I'm also gonna argue that to be like, one, two. I'm also gonna argue that to be 4 layers of adaptation, since Captain America couldn't adapt to Iron Fist, who couldn't adapt to Wolverine.
Okay, this is him. So this is so basically
Like Hero just like
Wolverine managed to beat
no Captain
Taskmaster.
America
I
did.
mean, no, Wolverine managed to beat Iron
Yeah,
Fist,
Wolverine.
and after Iron Fist beat Captain America, and then Captain America beat Taskmaster.
No, it's first Wolverine beat Iron Fist, who beat Captain America, who knows every martial art known to man. So that's already like 3 layers of skill. And for adaptation, kind of stated that Captain America could quickly adapt to like any situation and fighting style, even if he's never seen it before. And he outmatched Taskmaster, who could also do the same thing. And then, like, and for like adaptation, Captain America can adapt to Iron Fist, who couldn't like adapt to Wolverine. Just pretty much to say Hero won't even like be able to touch Wolverine because Wolverine is just far more skilled and he'll be able to adapt to him as well.
Okay, so you said this is 4 layers of skill, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I do have like a question about this. So like you said, okay, so this is how you said it. You said Wolverine beat Iron Fist to beat Captain America, who knows every martial art on Earth, and then and also can adapt to any situation that he's never been placed into before. And Captain America beat Taskmaster.
Yeah, like I first argue.
Wait, Captain America beat Taskmaster, and then Iron Fist beat Captain America. Doesn't that mean Iron Fist could beat
I'm saying.
Taskmaster
Okay,
too?
the 3 layers thing was for the skill, and then I argued like adaptation to like add to it. So it was like stated that Captain America quickly adapt to any situation, even if he's never been in it before. And then he, out adapted it against Taskmaster, who could pretty much do the same thing as well. And Captain America couldn't adapt to Iron Fist, and Iron Fist couldn't adapt to Wolverine. So that's already like 4 layers of adaptation and like 3 layers of like mastery of every martial art known to man.
Okay, so the martial art has 3 layers, but then the adaptation adds another layer because he can adapt to different martial arts.
Well, yeah, that's adaptation, and I'll argue like more layers of skill if I need to. So I'm just pretty much gonna say like Hero won't even be able to like touch Wolverine because of just like how sheer like skill, or like how much sheer skill and like adaptation he has over Hero.
Okay, well, okay, how will this help him against like a beam attack from a winds? That's why it's a plan.
Well, like is like why like you like I mean Wolverine
I mean,
has
I
like
could argue skill if I had to, but like, how is he going to possibly dodge something as wide as a planet? How can he dodge that? That can even be the size of an island.
Well, the thing is that like Wolverine has tanked energy based attacks before.
I'm not saying that it would, and it's not a matter of tanking it. It's a matter of the blast sending him into space or suffocate, or sending him into the sun so he'll burn and suffocate.
Well, like, could you like Wolverine would like suffocate in space because that's a claim you made.
And I mean, I feel wise he could suffocate, but like, does he need air? Does his healing factor protect him from the
I mean,
air to breathe?
you made the claim that he could suffocate. Like, I'm not gonna prove your claim for you. You made the claim.
I mean, can does he need air to breathe?
But the thing is that I don't have to answer that question because you made the claim. Saying, like, yeah, he'll suffocate in space.
Oh, it's a theory. I wasn't really making, like, a statement.
Well,
I mean, either way,
you still
just, like,
made a claim, though. Like, he's gonna, like, suffocate him into space. That's a claim you made.
Not a claim, that's a hypothesis on, like, what I was thinking.
I mean, that, like, is a claim you made, though. Like, he's gonna, like, suffocate him into space. Like, I don't, like, need to, like, answer your question of can he suffocate in space when you made the claim. And one thing I'd also like to ask is that, like, is it, like, in character for Hero to, like, fire a blast that's, like, that big?
All beam attacks can essentially be big, especially if he's doing a certain type of beam attack.
Well, like, is it, like, in character for him to do that, like, specific attack?
Wait, say that again.
I said, is it in character for Hero to, like, you know, make an attack, like, that's, like, that big in, like the beginning of a battle, like, when he has someone, you know, who's, like, against someone, you know, like, who's, like, far more, like, skilled than him and could, like, adapt him. Like, what I'm asking is, like, is it in character for him to do that at, like, the beginning, like a battle or something? Because I'm just gonna say, you know, before Hero could even, like, fire that, like, beam, Wolverine's already gonna be, like, outmatching him in, like, skill and is gonna be, like, adapting to him. And, like...
But he'd be out of lanes at that point, then.
What do you mean out of range?
Wait, so what do you ask? So are you asking if he'll make, like, an attack that big?
Yeah, I'm asking if it's, like, in character for him to do that. I'm, like, asking you a question, like, if it's in character for him to do that.
For him to do that, because of this right here.
Alright, well, like, I never, like, said he could, like, do it. I'm just asking if it's, like, in character for him to do that.
I mean, this proves both points. He can do it, and that he will if he has to. You know, like how Tien did that Whitetail area of effect attack on second form cell, and then like how Goku did that wide attack as well. Then Vegeta's final flash eclipse an island.
Yeah, I never said he couldn't do it. I just said if it was in character for him to do something like that.
That's what I was saying. It is in character for him because he took inspiration from all of them, especially Trunks.
Like,
but how he will instantly go to finish a fight as fast as possible. So, seeing when he combats Baby Vegeta, where he quickly realizes he's a threat and takes him out.
Okay.
So if he realizes that Wolverine's like a massive threat and like skill, he'll take him out with a wide key attack, like how it's completely by his imperfect cell when he went back to future.
Yeah, but
like when Vegeta attempted to cell, like when he realized that Cell outmatched him in physical strength, so he tried to vaporize him with a final flash that completely took over an island.
Yeah, but like that doesn't really answer my question though.
Is it not answer question? I just said that it's in character for him to do, and I just explained character within set points in his story where he did in fact do that. really take inspiration from their mentalities.
Like the skin you posted, it doesn't really like prove that it's like in character for.
Okay, wait. You see, like the accent skill, like scroll down.
Yeah.
Okay, essentially, those are the skills that he has in the game. These are skills and basically the experience and the fighting techniques of the people that he has basically fought with, and he's inherited a bit from all of them, and
Yeah,
he
but
inherited from Trunks his pragmatism, meaning that he'll go to instantly finish a fight in any way he can, and as well as Vegeta's like thing for like wide key attacks.
no, but that doesn't really like answer my question because like it's like, you know, if it's like in character for him to do that, and if it is, like, when does he do it? It's kind of like Goku. Like, is it like in character for him to like use the Zeno button to like summon Zeno?
But those are two different combinations.
I'm just giving an
yes,
example.
it is in. I mean, yes, if he's outmatched in skill, he will do that. Just that he's never really been outmatched in skill before in like his game.
Alright, so like, what does this like energy attack exactly like do? Like, does it just like blast you away?
Well, energy attacks can really do. Can do a lot, Willie. They can pierce through you, cut through you, blast you
Yeah,
apart, or they can
I'm
send you
like asking you
flying.
like what type does it do? Like, you know, does it like put you back? Does it like disintegrate you? Does it like stab right through you?
Yeah, it can do pretty much anything the user wants it to do. That's kind of what Key does. It's really malleable and you can use it for whatever effect you want. And show like a video of the different uses of like Key.
Alright, well, like,
Or you
could you like
it's also
post a scan of
demonstrated
that?
by I already did. There's an entire video up there about how the different uses of Key work. How you can separate it and make it like remote controlled. How you can pretty much direct it into opponent flying back with like a spirit ball, like how Yamcha does.
Well, then I'm just gonna
Just
ask,
leave this
like,
to the
you know,
judges and just
no,
because
wait, I have one more thing to add. So, like, one thing I'd like to ask is that, you know, is it like in character for him to like try to like BFR someone, really?
Yeah. It didn't get to him try to BFR someone like that.
Because like what you're basically arguing is BFR.
Conclude.
Stop, Sean.
Yeah, technically, yes. Of like going based off of like going based. So, yes, it is in character for him to do that. As well as the game, do not inspiration from like the movies, and also from like Goku, and how Goku finished off his opponents, really sends them off into space. How he did the cooler, how he did to how he did to cooler, how he did to how he did to what was his name again?
I mean, was it like his like
Slug?
like if it is like his like first time like fighting against someone, if we're like using standard battle assumptions, if it's like his first time fighting against someone, you know, like would he like try to like BFR them, and like when would he do that?
I mean, even if he's trying to BFR them, a full-powered key attack can still send you flying, and especially if you don't really have like something that can like keep you rooted. It can and will send you flying back.
I mean,
even into space.
Since like my attack deflection wasn't countered, I'm just gonna say like he's just gonna deflect the energy attacks.
Even with that not counted, how is he gonna deflect an attack that's that massive?
I mean, could you like look at the definition of like attack deflection, like that I posted?
I know what
like,
it is, but like there's still a size limit. Like how is he going to like?
it, so you can't say that's slick.
When did I drop it?
Wait. Just save that for wait a minute. Just like save that for like judgment.
Yeah, to be honest, when did he drop it? I'd like to know that too, though.
Yeah, I never
Just
dropped it.
Yo, okay, goddamn it. Just save it for like the judgment. Okay.
And, like my attack deflection was never countered.
Like, you two need to like conclude like, pretty much now.
It's right at the 2 hour mark. So
Could I go over like do you have any more WinCon Fate, or like could I go over like my last WinCon?
no.
I was going to go over skill. I mean, I was going to go over like skill. Oh, if like this, but then I thought if I go over skill, like fire in the space, like feels like
Alright, so like are you gonna try arguing skill?
that would take a while. And already like at 2 hours. I didn't really expect this to be like 2 hours. I thought maybe at best an hour. So that was kind of fun to me. Could have argued skill possibly too. Who knows? But like I thought I could use skill. I thought when I was debating this one, I thought, I could do skill, but this would be the path of least resistance.
You already like mentioned your count the counter that you were arguing for still. You already like mentioned that it's like 2 hour mark. It's time to conclude.
Alright, I guess I'll go over like my last WinCon.
No.
This like this one right here.
No, you're not going
like
to conclude.
Alright, fine. We'll go to conclusions. Fine, we'll go to conclusions.
But I was saying something like this last video right here shows that when given the advantage, copy Goku and it will literally just send him into space. And even if you're not trying to send them into it, the kinetic force of the attack will still send them into space. You can see just how wide and massive this key attack is. It's dwarfing mountains. So maybe that's the last thing I would like to say for that.
I mean, if it's like an energy-based attack, my attack deflection wasn't counter, so I'm just gonna like say that really.
But so you mean the attack deflection that deflected those tiny lasers?
I mean, it wasn't countered though. That's the thing. That's why I'm gonna use it. It wasn't countered.
Leave it to the judges.
Alright, fine. Do you just want to go to conclusions then?
I guess we can just go to conclusions.
Alright, fine. We'll start out. So you first tried to argue durability negating with like the destructive disc. I believe I countered that pretty well. With like attack deflections and like along with instinctive reaction, and then you did like say like like you also had instinctive reaction, so like we kind of like I'd say like we both like kind of
equal for instinctive reaction.
Instinctive reaction, but I do believe my attack deflection wasn't countered. So with the whole healing factor thing, I thought I took this point because I don't feel you could really prove that like Cell could truly heal on like a level like that. And like you tried to like give an example with like Frieza, but you couldn't really like prove that like Cell is like comparable to Frieza. And I also like asked you I also asked you, how long would it take Frieza to like regenerate from that, and you didn't really answer my question.
Because Frieza can't regenerate.
Well, you can't interrupt my conclusion.
Conclusions. Let him conclude. He's not making any new arguments.
And then what I tried arguing durability negating with Thor. You accepted 4 layers, but then you did counter like the 5 with like your 5 layers, and then would we do that? Oh yeah, then we went to skill. I thought I took skill because I did argue multiple layers of skill and adaptation, and with like your whole BFR thing with energy attacks, I do believe like my attack deflection wasn't countered, so I would just say like I thought I took pretty much all the points except for like the point where I was trying to argue durability negging.
Yeah, it's my turn for conclusions now. Like, is it my turn to speak now? Like, can I do it?
Yeah, you I can't interrupt you during your conclusion, so you could speak.
Okay, so like, first off, for like the durability negation, I honestly do. Okay, for like the durability negation, I know that I took that. won by like a good amount due to the Destructor just being able to split into multiple volleys. And since both of them have instinctive reactions, they would kind of just counter at each other. Wolverine wouldn't be able to dodge a 360 attack like that. And even if he managed to disperse another one would just come up and cut his arms. And then once he's cut into pieces, he will just follow his steps and do like that disintegration attack. Unlike the regeneration thing, if he wanted to say like that cell was big like a cell was still far more severe. That would actually increase the ability due to the fact that Trunk and his weakest state that we've seen him in was able to vaporize freeze the atoms that same and then Cell came back from an attack completely healed and even got an amp from it and got sent back into his super perfect form without the Android 18 after he blew himself up in his second form. And his regeneration is well above atomic levels of destruction. Prove that he has superior regeneration to that of like Wolverine if he can come back from just one damaged part of himself that barely recognizable in an asteroid field. And then on to like durability negation. As Slick said, I did take that with the 5 layers. Wait, am I missing something? I think I might be missing something.
No, that was like
skip one part.
No, that was like the second point.
Oh, okay, thanks. Okay, so basically, he said I did take the 5 of like the durability negation. So basically, Wolverine wouldn't really be able to hurt Joe in the long run. And then as for like the skill point, I did forego arguing skill for like the beam attack, for like the exit area of effect attacks that the Dragon Ball Z Key Blast do. And I still do stand by the fact that Hero would just blast Wolverine away or into space due to just how massive and concussive these blast attacks are. Like what Goku did to Vegeta when he had every chance, when he had the opportunity to do. And I also showed how he has the fighting types and mentality of the characters that are most likely to do these big area of effect attacks. Vegeta, Goku, Future Trunks, etc. How both of them were just gonna go for the kill when they had the advantage against an opponent. And he's also showed how since he has Trunks' his fighting style, he won't underestimate like Wolverine, so he'll be going for the kill right off the bat. So, and that's for like that. Wait, something else. And I like the attack deflection. He did show that it could deflect attacks, but he didn't show But he didn't show anything to the size of like a beam that eclipses islands or like it dwarfs mountain ranges. So while I do think it could deflect the smaller key attacks, it won't be able to do anything against something that's big and massive. And so I end with that.
Alright, judges?
Okay, can people hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so first of all, I thought this was a pretty nice debate. I think y'all both improved pretty well. It certainly wasn't boring. I'll definitely give you that. So I'm gonna start from the beginning. Okay, for the first part, and then I'll get to instinctive reactions later. Y'all were talking about like deflection for a while. That's the first thing I want to go into. Fate. I want to know like remind me what you said when he argued deflection.
No, like I wouldn't be able to like deflect an attack that size, but I gave like a definition of like attack deflection.
He said stuff before that when the point was originally brought up.
I argued like instinctive reaction when he brought up like energy attacks.
Oh my god, I'm talking about just the deflection thing right now because like I kept hearing
attack deflection. Yeah, he said that like I did prove I have attack deflection, but like not like the size of like his like energy beams.
He also brought up that you didn't prove that would deflect durability negate. I remember he said that earlier.
He also brought up it was like a 360 degree angle.
Debater is asking Fate.
I know, but I'm just saying stuff that
I know
we heard.
I know you're allowed, but like Slick should have. I know. Slick let him.
Hey, so what is the debate?
Okay. I want when he argued when he first brought up deflection, what did you say for that again?
Hey, when he first brought up like deflection, I said, okay, he can deflect some linear attack, but can he deflect an attack that's coming from literally all angles, like from a 360 perspective? Oh, attacks that can like be remote controlled.
Okay, that's all.
Yeah, they were homing attacks.
Hold on. Okay, so now that I have that, the whole deflection thing, I would have to side. I would side with Fate with Fate for that one. I thought Slick already did pretty well, but I was a bit more convinced by Fate. Now what I really want to the whole healing thing, like Slick argued, Slick that Wolverine.
I can barely hear you.
I can barely hear him too. Can you speak up?
Glitching, my guy. Slender all up in you.
Wait. What about now?
I can hear you a bit better. I might need to get new microphones. Just speak as loud as you can.
Okay, so as I was saying, right, for the healing point, right. So Slick argued that he'll recover from a drop of blood. Fate didn't really like go against the scan itself. So, but he did brought up. So then for the healing part later down the line, he brought up like saying he brought up like Hero dealing with people like Cell
Majin Buu.
who has and Majin Buu who has like regen. When he asked about Slick was asking for like what this can regen do, then they got on this point of like cellular regen. We're talking about cells regeneration, about them blowing up, and then like Slick was arguing like, oh, like it seems to be like a really big cell the size of the organ, and then Faye arguing like, well, it's still a cell, it's still cellular regeneration. So in regards to this, like, to be honest with you Slick, I thought you got no diff in this section, especially on like the whole like cellular stuff, the whole atomic. When he brought up that, he pretty much one-shotted point, because like a cell is, because like even if you say it's a big cell, it's still I would still say it's cellular reaching. And also like Fate brought up a good point when he mentioned, oh, it would probably look that way because they were like zooming on with the camera. So I thought that was so whole.
Fate, can you mute real quick? Because you're making a lot of noise too. I can't even hear him.
Okay. I would have to give like I give that piece to like to Fate. Let's see what else was argued. Then y'all brought up like the layers.
You brought up like durability, negation, and durability like negation resistance.
Just about to like bring that up, Fate. Okay, I was supposed to bring that up. Okay.
I thought you forgot.
Yeah, that's fine. But like, okay, so for the whole durability and negation part, I felt like this. I felt when went back and forth. For like, honestly, for like a good part of like the durability and negation part, you can ask the niggas in the commentary. I thought Slick was taking this point for like almost the entire time. Personally, I just thought he was arguing it better. But then like at the end, Fate kind of like came back arguing 5 layers, and then Slick pretty much like accepted it. So he has like the layer thing. Also the 360-degree regen thing. Like I agree with Slick on this part. Would it be like, well, the way how they're like going against him is not fully 600 degrees. I agree with him that right. Just the problem is that like because Slick also agreed with like Fate's stuff with the whole instant reaction shit, right? And because I also thought he won like the whole not only healing part but also durability and shit, right? I just feel like it just wouldn't be enough, and the thing would just pretty much hit him. Maybe not instantly, but I think it would hit him. Let's the skill part, like in terms of like just like raw skill, like Slick got the edge on that one. Fate Fate didn't really argue. You know? What he argued instead, which I thought was a smarter decision, which was just argue we argue like the range.
Yeah, like the massive key
Yeah,
attacks.
I hear you right. Yeah, I hear you right. So that's what I was
You
saying.
know,
He was arguing like these massive key attacks to be like, oh, he was basically saying, okay, you can't outskill like a giant like beam pretty much. So I agree with him there. Slick tried to come back with the whole in character thing, but then like even if I discount what niggas saying in the commentary about it, like how Faithful was arguing it with the whole with the whole skill modes thing, right? I just think that was enough to like generally just like prove his point. So like so like overall, I'd have to give this debate to Faithful Brawl. Like um I give him either like a mid diff or like a high mid diff. I want to say high mid diff because like during the durability negation part, like he was like pressing Fate like a good bit there, especially during that part. So that's when I thought it was like the most competitive. And like he did press him a bit for the in character thing, but then like Fate just like poured on the gas and then just like got around it. So yeah, I think so. Ultimately, I think Fate took this debate mid. That's my judgment.
Okay, so my turn.
Yeah.
Okay, my turn. Now I'm gonna say this after the debate. Fate, I'm gonna wring your neck, and Slick, I'm gonna wring your neck. And hang on,
I'll be
hang on.
waiting for it with anticipation.
No, I can't say. I'm gonna say after the debate because some stuff that were kind of fallacious. Okay, so and everyone, judge everyone, let me do it. Okay, so now so for like the first point with the whole instinctive reaction, you guys both counter that. Both of you guys accepted it. Now, what I really want to get into was basically about with the whole layers into like the whole durability negation. Obviously, Fate got this point because BAPT argued higher layers into it, and they also argued the whole destructiveness, and flat out Slick accepted it. So already right there and then, Fate already got you with the whole destructiveness thing, and how it is going to pierce through your durability, like on a higher degree. But now for like what was the other points? Like now for like with the whole, let's see.
The
I listed the
point you
points.
The cellular stuff, the cellular stuff. With the whole cellular stuff, Slick, you are stupid. I'm just gonna say that you're stupid because either way, with this whole like, it doesn't matter the size of it either way. Like Fate already proved that his regeneration thing is on a higher degree, and he already proved that. And I was gonna say just for you to say that if it's bigger or if it's like smaller. Here's the thing: blood itself has cells in it. So literally, what makes you think someone regenerating from a cell or someone regenerating from a drop of blood? Obviously, the one that's cellular is a lot higher than the drip of blood. Now, for another thing, was the whole cell and the freezer thing. Like, like they already proved he already proved that that cell is higher than Frieza, and I don't know what are you on, but like literally everyone knows Cell is higher than Frieza, and how Cell has all the Z Fighters DNA that are inside of him, which they clearly proved that. Now for the whole deflecting thing, again, it is not BFR. But what Fate is saying is that he's just used his Kamehameha to basically blast you into space. That is not BFR. What are you on? Another thing. Let's see. What's another thing? But the whole spiritual stuff, that's the only part I liked. Now, when it's towards going towards the skill argument, you were having it at first, but then again, Fate came back. You could have pressed on some points, but you didn't. You weren't pressing at all during all this debate. While Fate over here, which I'm actually kind of proud, you almost made me shed a tear, of how you were actually pushing, you were pushing him, and then how you were pushing him basically on every point, even on the skill point. Like I was actually quite very surprised, like on the skill point of how you were basically arguing of how like Will Wolverine like has the whole skill point, even trying to downplay skill point. I actually like that actually like very well. Let's see. Back. Let's see. And then you also argued your skill point extremely good too. And then and then like another thing, like towards the end, during your conclusion, when you said that you had all the points, you really didn't have all the points. I'm just gonna say this: Fate won low to mid diff, and that's my conclusion.
Okay, my turn. I made a Bible and commentary. I'm just gonna read that.
Unleash the King James.
But yeah, like they said most of what I was gonna say, but I'll go into a few things more. Obviously, instinctive reactions on each other. Uh, I didn't watch all the clips, but even if you did say there was a gap between like the 360 destructor disc thing, it's a homing attack, equal stats, and like with the higher layers, you just get nagged. It's like, oh, even if they don't touch you to like little pieces right away, you can't regen from any of those wounds, so you're just nagged. But for the cellular thing, I'll bring up a better comparison, like with subatomic. Like you were saying, like it's better because it's smaller, but that's not really the case. It's not better just because it's smaller. It's better because you're targeting or like protecting more fundamental pieces of your matter, and like I don't know how to say it very well, but the size, like they said, doesn't really matter. Like you're still attacking more fundamental pieces of the matter. You're not just attacking the skin and the bones. You're attacking like everything that makes it up, the building blocks of life, the building blocks of that person. So that's why it still works. Also, like I don't know why you brought up like did Frieza regen from that, because he didn't. No one said that. Frieza did tank some attacks. It was only when they were a higher degree when it fucked them up. Let me see what else. Let me look at my list again. Oh yeah, with the with the durability negation, like scaling chain for layers. That was probably the longest point in this debate. It was like durability negation layers, the debate. But you were both doing pretty good. Uh, this was one of the few points Slick really did push the best in, but Fate never stopped pushing. Like Slick at least explained his scaling chain better than Fate in the near the end, but Fate explained his earlier parts better earlier, and I can see where Fate had some like questions or issues with some of the things like Thor's hammer and all that, but like he gave it to you anyways because then he just got a higher. Now, Fate didn't explain his higher scaling chain later very well, but you accepted it, so it was a GG. Also, he has more different kinds of durability negation than you do in defense to it. He brought up like mental, spiritual, physical on a cellular to atomic level. Then he brought spatial with Janemba. Uh, you brought up Wolverine negging durability, but you didn't quantify to what degree for the material for negging physical material. Like you didn't say like atomic, subatomic. You didn't say anything like that, so it was unquantifiable. You brought up spiritual was good. He has defenses to it, and there's the higher layers. It doesn't do shit. And Fate just like cut you to pieces. Let me see what else. Attack reflection. That was a bit of a messy point. It wasn't pressed uh, as Slick could have, and he brought it near the end for some reason, even though he didn't really defend it that well at the beginning. You have Wolverine deflecting lasers and stuff, energy. You just say it's energy, but you didn't try to equate it to stuff that can neg durability and like spiritual stuff and other stuff like that. But you didn't prove it, so it doesn't mean jack shit. And like you neg little lasers, it doesn't mean you can neg a big attack, like deflect the whole thing, or deflect 60-degree attacks. Because even if he spun around, like he's not gonna hit all those attacks. So I don't know what that was on. So yeah, the attack reflection didn't really get. He didn't really defend it or push it very well. So it didn't protect him from the later things. Let me see what else. Obviously, Slick wants skill. Like Kira said, I was surprised that Fate actually pushed him on this, even though he didn't use skill. He just pushed him on his arguments of skill, which was pretty interesting. The adaptation that was left there, but like you're not going to adapt to 360 home attacks that completely neg you. So yeah. Like, let me see. Like, Fate could just teleport and like the 360 destructive disc homing barrage just turn you into mincemeat and then like just erase you with a key blast. The pushing out of space point was, in my opinion, just a joke point from Fate. It seemed like a joke point because it didn't really matter, and it was kind of silly. But you didn't really counter it. Like I said, your tag reflection wouldn't work, and like the whole character argument was just very weird. It's very weird for this character, but debate covered that already. So I think that's it. Am I missing a point?
Wait, when I did say the pussy out of space thing, I was being serious on that point.
Yeah, I know you were being serious, but it just seemed like a joke point because of how silly it was, and it didn't really matter. Even if you lost it, you would have still won.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, Fate. I mean, the scan for Wolverine's blood, they'll go over it later, but you should really read the scans more closely to see if they're legit or not. They'll go over that with you later.
Yeah, because Kira has to say something. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say something too after Kira too. My bad, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No.
You're gonna do judgment first, and then I'm gonna slam him on the thing.
I'm not gonna judge. No, there's no use. There's no sense.
Yeah.
I'm
Anyways,
slamming you guys now.
So
Hang on.
my judgment is basically like. Wait. My judgment is, I will give Flick some credit. He pushed him on a few points. The best points he pushed him on were durability negation and let me think, maybe character, but like the other points he pushed, but not really to that extent. And to be honest, it doesn't compare to the level of Fate where he was pushing you on every single point, even if he didn't argue still. He pushed you on that. Like he never stopped pushing. Basically, Fate was not being passive, which is really good for him. It is surprising to see Fate this assertive, so that's good. I would give this rating like a Fate wins low to mid diff. Like the only reason you would even get it to mid diff is because Slick pushed back decently a few times, but like if you just everything else was like low diff.
Okay, yeah. So it's now my turn to slam him now.
I guess you can end the recording though.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, so